Good morning, students. Once again we are here with the online teaching session of Academic World School Bemetara. Today I am here with the new lesson of physics of class 10th science. The name of the chapter is magnetic effects of electric current. We have already seen what are the heating effects and the calculation of the heat produced. Now let's proceed to the next level, and here we will see the magnetic effects of electric current. So as the chapter says, magnetic effects, that means surely the current must be having some effects which resemble to the magnets. Now first of all, we should know what are the magnets having property like, and those property. See, when we say somebody is having a property like him, that means we know what is the property. Let's say you say you look like a hero. That means you know what are the qualities of a hero. Similarly, if you say the current is having some effects like a magnet, that means you know what are the properties of magnet. Let's see the magnet properties. A magnet is an object that attracts iron particles. Magnet will attract the iron particles. How the magnet was discovered? In Greek there was one place, Magnesia, where one shepherd was one day taking his herd of sheep for grazing, and then he came across one stone on which when he put his spear, the spear was attracted. Actually, it was a piece of a natural magnet. So from there the word magnet has originated. Magnet, today we know they are of many shapes. I am having some magnets with me for showing you. This is a common type of a magnet. It is called as a bar magnet because it is looking like a iron bar. It's iron only, it's an iron bar, but because of its magnetic property, we will say this is a bar magnet. Similarly, this is another magnet which is in the shape of a English letter U. It is called U-shaped magnet, or even we call it as a horseshoe magnet. Okay, so one information for you: in a magnet there are always two poles, north and south. How to identify where is the north pole of a bar magnet or of a U-shaped magnet? Look for the white dot. This white dot is the sign of north pole. Here also the white dot, this side, all of you can see, this is north pole, so automatically the other one will be the south pole. So a magnet is having two poles. Then in olden times also people used to make use of the magnet for lead stone. It was called lead stone. Lead stone means it used to show the direction. Actually, the north pole will always show the north direction. It is actually a north seeking, and south pole is the south seeking. So we make a compass. This is a compass. This is small object. It is a compass. This is known as a compass. Sailors use it to find the direction in the mid-sea. Whenever you are lost anywhere, you can use it to find the north direction. It has a pointer the pointer will always point towards the north. So now we know some property of the magnet, and that is a magnet has two poles. A magnet has two poles, and the north pole will always show north direction of the earth. The north pole always shows the north direction of the earth. So how we will find the magnetic effect of electric current? Actually, this magnetic effect of electric current was discovered accidentally. There was a great scientist called Hans Christian Ørsted. Hans Christian Ørsted, he was a professor of physics and he was teaching electricity experiment to his students. Actually, he has done a lot of experiment in electromagnetism, and therefore he used to be a renowned professor and teacher of physics. So one day in his lab, when he was teaching to his students, he had some wires in his lab, and those wires, when carried the current, the compass, this one like this, used to deflect. The deflection was noticed by Ørsted, and he came to conclusion that the wires, whenever they carry current, they are deflecting the direction of this needle. That means there is a new magnetic field produced as a result of the electric current flowing in the wire. He devised one experiment like this, and like this. He passed a high current in this wire, and nearby that he kept one compass. So whenever the current was flowing in the wire, the needle of the compass used to deflect. The needle of the compass used to deflect. This deflection clearly gives instance that there is some new magnetic field. To his satisfaction, he repeated the experiment by changing the polarity of the cell. This time he made the current to pass in the opposite direction. Now the current was flowing from B to A. Earlier it was A to B. Now he changed the polarity and made the current to flow B to A. To his surprise, he found that this time the needle was deflecting in the opposite direction. So it was a clear indication that the current, when flows, produces a magnetic field. There are so many other kinds of magnet you must know. This is a bar magnet. A bar magnet will have one side north pole, other side south pole. Then this kind of magnet which I have used is known as U-shaped magnet. Then there are circular magnets which are like the coin, like this. So they have one side north and the other side south pole. So they are disc magnet. You can call them as disc magnet or circular magnets. Then there are dumbbell shaped magnets. Dumbbell shaped magnets are very uncommon. They are in the shape of a dumbbell which you use for exercise. That kind of dumbbell is there. One end is north, other end is south. So how many types of magnets? Bar magnet, U-shaped magnet, disc or circular magnet, and dumbbell shaped magnet. These are some of the different forms of magnet. So as I told you that when current will flow through any wire, if a compass is kept near it, the compass will show deflection. This experiment, when it is done, it is known as Oersted experiment. So what are the steps of Oersted experiment? Let's write. Oersted's experiment. Number 1, take a long wire and connect it with a battery and a load. Plug the key in the circuit. So when you plug in the key, then current starts to flow. Then keep a compass near the long wire. And number 4, notice the deflection produced. So take a long wire, connect battery, insert the key, bring the compass near the wire and try to see the deflection. Deflection, the moving of the magnet, the needle of the magnet, okay, in the compass. You can see if this is a compass, you can see, this compass needle, it always shows north direction. And if any external magnetic field is found, then only it will change its direction. So that change, small change or bigger change, is called deflection. So notice the deflection produced. Now what? The step number 5. Change that current. Now you change the cell and direction of the current will be reversed. In that case also, now you see, you will find the direction of deflection is also opposite. So if current is going forward, deflection is on one side, say right hand side. When the current is going backward direction, then the deflection will also be in the opposite sides, that is on the left hand side. In this way, the deflection of magnetic compass is as a result of the direction of current in it. This is known as Oersted experiment. Note down it very carefully. So now we have to see what is a magnetic field. We are talking about magnetic field. So let us see what is a magnetic field. Every magnet has one region. Every magnet has a region, and if any magnetic particle or a compass is kept near it, then it shows some influence. That influence can be seen only in a limited region, and that region is called magnetic field. Suppose this is a bar magnet. Okay, I have got a bar magnet. So the bar magnet, in near that, if I bring this needle, then it is showing one attraction. But you can see, if I move it, the direction of the compass is changing. Okay, so this region around this bar magnet will be called its magnetic field. This is bar magnet, north and south. So here if I bring the compass, the direction is like this. Okay, this region will be called magnetic field. Magnetic field. So what is the definition? The region around a magnet in which its influence can be noticed or experienced is called magnetic field. So magnetic field, you all know, a farmer grows his crop in the field. So it's a land-like thing. Here it's not some land-like thing, it's a imaginary, where one area is there around every magnet. Like as if I take example of this bar magnet, near this bar magnet, if I will bring this compass, the compass shows some deflection. Now, where up to what extent this force can be felt, that will be called as its magnetic field. You must know, every magnet can attract some particles, some substances, and those substances which are getting attracted by the magnet, they are called magnetic substance. The most common magnetic substance is iron. This is a packet of iron dust, iron filings, I should say. Iron, small particles of iron I am having in this one. Okay, so if you sprinkle the iron around a bar magnet, then these iron particles are going to align themselves in some shape. Okay, let's see one experiment with bar magnet and iron filings. Okay, so if you keep the bar magnet in the middle and sprinkle the iron filings, these iron filings will align themselves in this kind of shape. These lines are called field lines as they are representing the shape of the field. So they are called field lines. These lines around, and this is north and south. So here the magnetic lines, they are like this. Okay. So if you keep a bar magnet like this and sprinkle the iron particles around that, you are going to get a shape like this. Now this shape will tell the shape of the magnetic field of iron of a bar magnet. Shape of magnetic field of a bar magnet. A bar magnet has this kind of shape of the magnetic field. Now the lines which represent some particular shape, they are called field lines, or they are also called magnetic field lines. In simple, you can say field lines, and you can also call them as magnetic field lines. Okay, so these magnetic field lines, they are very important, and you must know the properties of some of the magnetic field lines. We are going to study, the next thing is the magnetic field lines. So I hope I have explained you what is magnetic field. Magnetic field is a region. Try to understand from where we have begun. We have begun from the magnetic effects of current. Oersted in his lab explained how the passing of current is deflecting the compass. The compass is a magnetic material. Unless there is a magnetic field, you cannot, the compass cannot deflect. So he was successful in explaining that there is some magnetic effect as a result of the passing of the current. Now, what is magnetic field? That was also to be understood. So for that, as a student, you should now study what are magnets, magnetic field and magnetic field lines. So in this process, till now you have understood what is a magnetic field. A magnetic field is a region around any magnet where its existence can be felt. You can feel the force of the magnetic field. And the shape of the magnetic field can be obtained with the help of the iron filing experiment, which I have explained you just now. Now these magnetic field lines, they are representing one shape and they have some property. So let's see what are the properties of these magnetic field lines. Properties of magnetic field lines. I have told you magnetic field lines can be also called as field lines. Okay, so the first important property of the magnetic field line is that they all originate from north pole, they all originate. Originate means start. They will start from the north pole of the magnet. And get terminated or terminate and terminate at the south pole. You all know any magnet, the magnetic line will start from north pole and they terminate at the south pole. Okay. Not necessary of the same magnet. If there is another magnet, then it may terminate here also. So that thing we must know, that they are always moving from north and up to south. Second point, they are always closed in nature. That means they will not break up anywhere. They will start from the north pole and end up at the south pole. So in a way they are always complete curves. That is, they are complete curves. Third, the magnetic field lines are dense near the strong field and rare in weak field. I am talking about the magnetic field. So if the magnetic lines, suppose they are like this, so wherever they are dense, this region is strong, and wherever they are scattered, that region is weak. So this way, the magnetic, by looking at the shape of the magnetic field, you can tell which is strong area and which is the weak area in the magnetic field. So field lines are that important. Last, number fourth, they never intersect each other. So the last property, magnetic field lines, they never intersect each other. So this is a very important property. You must have seen when I drew that diagram of the magnetic field line of a bar magnet, I made it like this. Okay, and they were nowhere intersecting like this. If it intersects, suppose at this point, here is the intersection. What does it mean? It means here the compass will have a choice. It can go this side or that side, which is not possible. Okay, so the last property says the magnetic field lines will never intersect. So that's the winding up of today's lesson. Okay, what we studied? We studied that the electric current, when it will flow, it will produce one magnetic field around it. Oersted did the experiment before his student, and he explained that there is a magnetic field. Now we understood what is a magnetic field with the help of these magnets. Okay, so the magnets shown that how every magnet is having one region around, that is called a magnetic field. Then we studied that if iron particles are sprinkled, then they are going to arrange themselves in one particular shape where the lines are formed, and those lines tell the direction of the magnetic field lines. Magnetic field lines, I told you, they give the shape of the magnetic field, and these are the properties of the magnetic field lines. They always go from north to south. They are closed, they never intersect, and magnetic field lines, wherever they are dense, they are strong. Wherever they are rarer, scattered, it is a weak field. Can you tell me what will be the shape of the magnetic field line in a uniform magnetic field? Parallel. All the lines will be moving parallel to each other. So you can say parallel lines represent uniform magnetic field, and unparalleled line means non-uniform magnetic field. Simple. Okay. So that's all for today. I request you to please download the assignment from the ERP and do it in your copy. Submit the picture of your assignment. That's a must. You all need to submit your assignments duly on time, as it is a part of the assessment of periodic test. Don't forget. Thank you. Thank you today.